up, you guys? It's Brandi. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Excuse my voice because it is early in the morning and I'm trying to get this video done so I can wear this foundation all day. So today's video is going to be a continuation of the foundation series. I'm going to be testing out a drugstore foundation, which I'm always super excited about drugstore foundations because they're most of the time really affordable and there are some good ones out there, so I love sifting through them for you guys. So before we get into the actual demo review part of this video, I want to go ahead and encourage you guys to click that red subscribe button and join this family because we have tons of stuff on this channel ranging from beauty, which is like makeup, to hair. My big curly hair is always on here, and then also lifestyle videos, and I'm always interested in knowing what else you guys want to see on this channel. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button so you can take a hand in crafting what else comes out on this channel. For today's video, we're going to be testing out the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Skin Transforming Foundation. This is what, these lashes. This is what the packaging of it looks like. Hopefully my lights are not washing it out too much, but this is what it looks like. It's a nice glass bottle. It has a plastic top to it. So it looks like some of the other Maybelline products as well in terms of the color coordinating of it. You get 1 fluid ounce within this, and it also has titanium dioxide sunscreen, which is SPF 15, and it's also an oil-free formula. So I'm assuming this is going to be really good for oily girls out there. Not sure how it's going to perform on dry skin or combination, but we're going to see today. I have my phone up and I've already pulled up the website to tell me what the claims are. So this is offered in 16 super saturated shades, and I have mine in the shade Golden Honey 93. I think the darkest shade they have is Almond, which is 94, or that's what I'm seeing. No, actually the darkest shade is Coconut, which is 95. Now the thing that I don't love about all Maybelline products is because they don't all have the same numbering or shade system, and I wish they did, because like I've tried the Dream Cushion, I've tried the Dewy, the matte and poreless. All of those are different in some type of way, like they're not all the same shade or the same number of shade. So I really wish they would do that, so it would be really super easy to choose what your next shade is in any foundations that they come out with. So Maybelline, if you're listening, that will be a big help. So let's move down to what it is. It says Super Stay Better Skin Foundation provides all-day flawless coverage and improves skin over time. The benefits of this is that it's oil-free, is skin transforming SPF 15 that helps to achieve better looking skin in just 3 weeks. Our fade-proof formula won't transfer and looks just applied all day. So that's really good about this. The fact that it has SPF in it probably is going to produce some type of flashback. And also I have to mention, I completely forgot that this had SPF in it, and I already used my moisturizer which has SPF in it as well. So I don't know how the flash photo test is going to go, but I'm still going to do it and provide it for you guys. It says how to use or apply foundation onto skin and blend with fingertips or an applicator and blend. So I'm not going to be using my fingertips because I never do that with foundations. So I'm going to do what I normally do, which is use my 2 different beauty tools. Going to use the Beauty Blender on one side and my Morphe M439 brush on the other side. I will link this brush in the description box below if you guys want to purchase it, because it's something that I use often in these review videos, and a lot of times I like using the brush a lot better because it gives fuller coverage, and sometimes I like using the Beauty Blender if I want a more natural type of look. So let's go ahead and get into the demo part. So I'm shaking this up, which I don't even know if I need to, and I am going to pump a full pump. Okay, yeah, definitely didn't need to shake this up because it is quite a thick formula. As you guys can see, it's not moving anywhere. So I think I might start out with just 1 pump first, and I think I'm gonna do this side, which I normally use the Beauty Blender for because I have very little like scarring and things like that. I do have this recent little breakout right here, which is raised but not too bad. This is what it looks like. It's not super thick. It's kind of like in a moussey texture in between like liquid and moussey. So I'm just gonna dot some of this all over, and not even gonna use that full amount. I'm just gonna use about that much of it and see how this goes. Now I'm not sure about this shade because just dotting it on my face, it looks a little bit too golden for my skin, but in my Target, that's where I purchased this, in my Target, this was the shade that looked closest to me. I actually talked about it on my Snapchat yesterday, so if you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, you should be, because I do make appearances every once in a while on there. So I normally talk about makeup, hair, and stuff like that on there. So let's go ahead and blend this in. So this is one light coat blended onto my skin. It did not cover up everything. It's super light, so if you want natural, this is what you would choose. I don't think the color is too far off. I do still think it looks a little bit too golden, especially compared to my neck. But I feel like we can make it work. It's not too light, so that's the only thing. Like, I hate too light foundations. So what I do want to do is do like a slight, maybe like a third of a pump, and then use what else is left on my hand from the first pump and just focus more so where I want additional coverage, which is mainly around my mouth with the hyperpigmentation and also this little new breakout that I have going on right now. Okay, so the coverage isn't bad. It did build up nicely and it doesn't look cakey on this. It still did not fully cover up my hyperpigmentation, which is kind of a bummer to me, but it doesn't look bad. And the finish of it didn't really talk about that in the claims, but the finish seems more so like a velvety matte finish, and there's like no luminosity at all to this. So let's go ahead to the other side, and I'm going to use the brush on this side. This is how it looks blended on this side. I used about the same amount, like one pump on this side, and I feel like it covered it up a little bit better than the Beauty Blender on this side, which is like normal. That's what normally happens with the brush. You get a little bit more coverage. Now I do have a few dark spots that I want to use just to focus it right here on this area. So let's put just a little bit more there and blend it out. This is what my skin looks like with just the foundation on it. I am not blown away by it at all. I just feel like it's okay and regular. I don't like the fact that there's still like a shadow right here where my lady mustache is and my hyperpigmentation. So it didn't really fully cover that up or brighten it at all, which I thought it would do. But everywhere else, it looks decent. It's not very luminous like I wish it was, especially since this is kind of like on the thick side in terms of the formula. I probably would have added a little bit of oil to it if I used it in like regular day, but I don't want to do that and mess up the formula for you guys, so I can give you a true review of this. So I'm going to go and do a flash photo test to let you guys see what it looks like, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I've now finished the rest of my face, and I have to say, I'm still not wowed by this foundation at all. I know normally when I have foundations in these series, I will try it out and I'll put it on my blank face, and if I'm not wowed by it, I'm like, okay, let me just hold off a little bit, let me apply the rest of my face and see how I feel. And then normally I come back and I feel differently about the foundation, and I like it a lot more after my entire face is completed. But with this one, I'm not feeling that so much. Also, I wanted to talk about the fact that I used the concealer with this whole look today because I just wanted to add any other Maybelline stuff that I had, especially from the exact same line. Now, I've been using this concealer for a minute now, and I really do like it. I wouldn't say I love it. You should definitely go out and buy it or anything like that, but it definitely does the job, and it gives me a natural look underneath my eyes. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is the fact that it's like the undertone of it is a little bit ashy, and it's kind of like too light for me, where I don't feel like it completely corrects under my eyes and also conceals like it says it's supposed to do. I feel like more with correcting under my eyes, I need something that's more golden or orangey based, and this is not it. So that's why I always use this one in conjunction with my L'Oreal True Match, which is more of like a golden undertone to it, which I don't like using on its own unless I'm just doing like a super natural, no makeup like look. So I use the two of these together, and I'm really liking what my under eye is doing today because it's definitely concealing and it's also corrected underneath there, so I don't have any darkness or anything like that. This is also very lightweight underneath the eyes, and it moisturizes or hydrates your eyes underneath there as well. Now back to the foundation. As I said, am not wowed by this at all. I just feel like it did the job. It would be something that I'll probably use on like a regular basis to go to work, but not for like a glam event or anything that I'm trying to be like real beat face for. But if you want to try it, I feel like this would probably be more so for those of you ladies out there who have really oily skin. You probably would see a dramatic difference right when you apply it because it did give you that velvety matte finish to your skin. And if you're oily, when you, like time you put it on, you're going to get that mattifying look to your face, but it's not going to be overly matte where you probably would still have a little bit of luminosity, whereas I didn't because I'm more so combination and I pull dry a lot of the times. So that's why I didn't like it as much. Also, the undertone of this or the shade of this, I don't feel like it's spot on for me like it is in the Maybelline Matte Plus Poreless, but I did make it work. I don't feel like it's a dramatic difference between my face and my neck at all, so that's okay. In terms of the formula of it, I don't personally care for how thick it is. I normally like foundations that are a little bit like in between, not too runny but not too thick, like a good in between I'm always looking for. Now it also says that this is fade resistant and also transfer proof. I am gonna try yet again, because I already tested it out myself, on this little dirty paper towel that I use when doing my makeup. I'm gonna take like a clean section here which has no makeup on it, and I'm going to put it up against my skin to see if any makeup comes off. And there is like a slight amount, but it's not a whole lot at all. Now, I have on a white sweater right now, and I would not put my white sweater up against this because it is transferring just a little bit, and a little to me is a little too much, especially if you say that it's transfer proof. So that claim, in my opinion, is a fail because it did transfer a little bit, and I would not want to rub my face up against my white pillowcase or anything like that thinking that it's not going to come off when it is going to come off a little bit. In terms of fade resistant, we will have to see that later on tonight when I come back in for the check-in. Oh, and another thing that I do like about this foundation is the fact that it does not settle into fine lines. Like right here around my smile line, sometimes I tend to get foundation that settles there. Didn't do it with this one. And also on my forehead, I'm not seeing those horrendous forehead lines. So I'm happy about that, definitely. So I guess that's all that I really have to say about the foundation so far. I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day and see how it holds up, especially in terms of that fade resistant, not transfer proof, but fade resistant claim. So it's now 11:23 a.m. I'm going to try to wear this foundation for as long as possible today, and I will check back in later tonight for you guys to let you know how it is holding up. So I'll see you later tonight. Okay, you guys, I'm back. It's now the end of the night. It's 9:50 p.m. So I've had this foundation on for about 10 hours now, which is actually longer than I planned on wearing this foundation. Looking at my skin, just like as a first impression of me wearing it all day, I would say it doesn't look bad at all. It's not super shiny. To me, I feel like it's a little bit more oil than it was when I first applied it today, but I don't feel like it's overly oily or shiny or anything like that. I feel like I could actually wear it a few more hours, get a little bit longer wear out of it, and it still will look really good. I do feel like it kept my blemishes covered all throughout the day. I don't see any of them peeking through. The makeup has not worn off in any place on my skin, so I guess I would say it's all day flawless coverage, if you will. In terms of it being oil free and skin transforming, I can't really speak on the whole improved skin over time because this is my first time wearing it, and it is oil free. It is oil free for sure. I thought I heard something. It is oil free for sure because, as I said, like, I don't have that much extra oil on my face. Now, I would say if you're an oily girl, I did not set this foundation with a powder or anything, so I have just a little bit of oil peeking through. But if you are an oily skin girl, you probably would have a massive amount on your face, so I would definitely recommend that you set this with a powder after you apply it, since it is a liquid type of foundation. And it's also supposed to be fade proof and also won't transfer. We already tested the transfer part earlier today, and I still stick by that. It is transfer it does transfer, it's not transfer proof like it says. And in terms of fade resistant, I would definitely say that it did perform in that, because I don't have any area of my face where the makeup has come off. Still have my highlight, my blush, everything else. Now quickly I want to talk about the concealer itself. Now I did use 2 concealers and I feel like they're both drugstore, so they didn't perform as well as some of my higher end concealers do, but they did get the job done. It is still pretty much, you know, highlighted underneath there, but looking at it up closely, I do have a little bit of creasing and it has worn off just a little bit under there, which that's a little disappointing, especially since I used 2 different concealers up under there. It should have like lasted a little bit longer, but it has been about 10 hours and I don't usually wear makeup or concealer this long unless I'm doing these types of reviews. So in terms of the concealer, if you're not wearing it for really long wear, I think it would be great. Both of them, the Super Stay by Maybelline and also the L'Oreal True Match, they're both really great concealers. For maybe like 5 or 6 hours you're going to be good, but if you're trying to wear them longer than that, you may want to try something else. So that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and show your girl some love. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family as always. And until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.